There are so many amazing videos out there that show you how to make this beautiful Christmas decor from these simple items that you can buy at the Dollar Tree. And I love being inspired by creative people that know how to turn these boring, ugly things into beautiful Christmas decor. And so I decided, let's try some myself this year. I started in November watching some videos and I bought a few items at the Dollar Tree, and then I started decorating just the week before Thanksgiving, although usually I will wait until after Thanksgiving. This year I was just ready to do it. However, I made a few mistakes here and there, so in this video I'm going to share the mistakes I made when I tried to decorate with Dollar Tree items, and hopefully it will help you not to make the same mistakes. Hi, I'm Taya. I'm here to share healthy, natural and affordable tips with you, and today we're gonna look at this budget-friendly Christmas decor. So I am not very experienced in Christmas decorations, not at all. I grew up without a Christmas tree, and until this day I have never had a Christmas tree at Christmas. So that kind of shows the level of experience that I have. I don't know if there's many people in America that have no Christmas tree by choice, but I grew up and we didn't have a Christmas tree, so I'd like to share more about that if you are interested. So let me know in the comments if you want to know why I grew up without a Christmas tree and you want to know what kind of traditions I grew up with. Then let me know and I might make another video about that. The first mistake was that I started shopping in November, which was kind of early, and I think that's when Dollar Tree had all their stuff out. But I only bought one garland and a few bells and these little picks that are a combination of florals. My plan was to add those to my existing wreath because I had a Dollar Tree wreath that was kind of poor. And so I thought by adding them to the wreath, I can make my wreath a whole lot nicer. However, later on I decided I really wanted to decorate my mantel and I only had one garland, and then I went back to the Dollar Tree in the end of November and all the garlands were gone. So mistake number one is not having a good plan for what you want to do and what you want to buy, in combination with not going early. I don't know if it's every year that in the beginning of November is when you need to go shopping at the Dollar Tree. But for sure for me, I learned that the end of November is too late. All the good stuff is gone. If you want to buy good stuff at the Dollar Tree and all the things that people are recommending, then for sure the beginning of November is the time to do it. Mistake number two. I already mentioned that I only bought one garland and I didn't have a good plan, and that was mistake number two, because you really need to have a good plan and you need to buy more than one garland to decorate and make a full decor. And so when I stretched out my garland, I was like, oh, I wish I could buy either one of those cheap tiny Christmas trees or an extra garland and I could make my garland fuller. However, I didn't do that, and so that was my second mistake here. My third mistake was that I stretched out my garland and then I started putting in all the decors, these little pine cones and these little bells. And then I realized, oh, I want to add my lights. And that was such a hassle. I tried to wrap my lights around the garland. That wasn't working at all. I had to take the garland down and kind of string it around each other, and all my decorations were falling out. And I realized you should first add the lights to your garland and then the rest of the decorations. And the fourth mistake I made was I did not really look for the plug before I decided how to place my lights. And so after I put my lights in, I realized I need to be able to plug this in. Where is there a plug? So there is, of course, a plug behind my TV, but it's hard to reach. But luckily my husband had an extension cord, so I did find a plug for my lights. However, it would have been wiser for me to start with finding the plug and then stringing my lights, so that I would have known for sure that this whole decor would work and would be able to be plugged in. The fifth mistake I made was I bought these floral picks and I assumed that they were plastic because they looked really plasticky. And then I got my good kitchen scissors and I started cutting, and then I realized there's a metal wire on the inside. So I got my pliers and I cut them with those, but it was too late. I had to fix up my scissors. I was still able to mend them, but I was not happy for ruining my good kitchen scissors on a piece of decoration. So the sixth mistake I made was I did not buy any spray-on snow or white spray paint to make fake snow on my garland. And I do like the styles. If you look down below at the inspirational videos, you'll see how they do it. And I do think it looks gorgeous and really kind of binds the whole thing together. But I didn't have any, so I didn't do that. The seventh mistake that I made was I was doing this while my kids were playing in the room. I couldn't really set up my video to have a good angle of how I was doing this, so I just kind of filmed it as I went. So you might notice that the shots of how I made this garland are not the best, but we live and we learn. Hopefully it will be good enough for you to see how I kind of put it together. So all in all, it took me less than 2 hours to do all of this, and I did have my kids interrupt where I had to step away. So I'm pretty happy with the amount of energy and the amount of money that I put in. I bought the Christmas lights at a secondhand store for $2, and I asked them to check over there to make sure that the lights were working, and they were. So for $6 in all, I have this cheap decoration where I invested very little time. So it makes me happy to make my home ready for Christmas and a little bit more cozy during these dark days of December. Give me a thumbs up if you like my decorations and you think it's a pretty good job. Or give me a thumbs down if you think this is a total Dollar Tree decoration and I would never ever put this in my house. Please subscribe if you are interested in more of my videos. I'd love for you to join. And if you have a question or an idea, then leave it in the comments below. And I'd love to see you again in the next video. Bye bye.